We're going to be talking about two issues. That Hi Chris, how are you doing? Thank you for signing on. We're going to be talking. We're going to be stopping from where we stopped yesterday, and we're going to talk a little bit more about a sad incident that happened in Nigeria. Bulo Leima, how are you? Thank you so much. If you don't mind, can you tell me where you're watching from? Let us know where you're watching from. Gloria Ahmed, thank you so much for coming on. Peter Stone, hey, how are you, my brother? Thank you for coming on. Thank you, guys. Thank you for signing in. Like I said, you haven't missed much. You guys are still on time as I'm about to roll with what we're talking about today. Yesterday was so much fun. You guys shared the video. Thank you so much. It's on YouTube now. Please share it amongst your friends and continue to help us spread the word. You don't touch. If you touch one African, you touch all Africans. That's how we roll. You touch one Nigerian, you touch all Nigerians. You touch someone from Ghana, Ethiopia, Liberia, you touch one person, you touch all of us, okay? So it's not going to go away so easily. We're not just going to forget about it, okay? We put in so much into developing other people's countries. We put in so much into doing the best we can with what we have, so we don't take it from anybody. Thank you so much, Elder Delicate. Thank you so much, sir, for signing in. Ifeanyi Omogalo, thank you. Lastborn, thank you for signing in. Yameki Mageto, thank you for signing in. A lot of people are signing from so many countries today. That's interesting. I'll just want you guys to help us do something. YouTube has come up with a new rule, and we must hit 4,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the month. So we're on a race to hit 4,000 subscribers. It's just a few days. That's about 12 days. That's what we are doing, and we need all your help. So please help us post. Share our YouTube channel and let us grow our YouTube channel. We used to have one, but that one is down now. So we're starting from scratch. And we're almost at 10,000 subscribers the last time. And now we started from fresh. So we need all your help. Please go and find our YouTube channel and subscribe and help us grow. All right, let's get down to the business of the day. You guys know it's no news that President Trump called Africa and Haiti a shithole. That's what we refused to let go. He called us a shithole. People say, did he call you a shithole? Yes, he called me a shithole. If you call my country a shithole, you're calling me a shithole. A country is just a piece of land. Okay, why don't you go call the moon a shithole? Nobody's living in the moon. So if you call a country a shithole, you're calling the people in that country a shithole. So if he says that the countries of Africa, and I have dual nationality, so I'm a Nigerian. So if I'm from Nigeria and he says African countries are a shithole and Nigeria is an African country, then by extension, he's calling me a shithole. And I take an exception to that. I think it's rude. I think it's highly unacceptable. And today, guess what I came to do? I came to somehow educate President Trump, because I think he's dumb. He doesn't know so many things. If he knew so many things, he wouldn't be saying the things that he's saying. Africa is actually one big hole. Maybe what it means is that Africa is one big hole and it's shitty, you know, shitty, dirty. Yeah, actually there's dirt in Africa, there's dirt, but guess what? We're going to look into that big hole in Africa and see what comes out of that hole in Africa. That's what we're going to do. So what I decided to do today is to help you, some of you who are ignorant, or some of you who may not really understand, just to help you understand a little bit more what you get when you dig a hole. Excuse me, when you dig a hole in Africa, this is what comes out of Africa. When you dig a hole in Africa, when I'm done with you, we want to see if actually it is shit that comes out of the hole when you dig a hole in Africa, or whether there's something else more interesting that you get when you dig a hole in Africa. So come with me on this little trip. First destination is where? Botswana. Botswana is in Africa, and Botswana is home to 35% of Africa's diamonds. Oh, you didn't know that diamonds come from Africa? Okay. So, the ring that you gave to your wife, Donald Trump, probably came from Botswana. It came from a shithole in Botswana, and they got it cleaned up, and now you got it on the finger of your wife. That is what comes from Africa when you dig a hole in Africa. Second destination is the Republic Democratic of Congo. Republic Democratic of Congo, they're estimated to have more than $24 trillion worth of untapped raw materials as ore deposits. This is what is deposited not on the surface, in the ground. So when you dig the hole, when you dig a hole in the country of Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, what you find is $24 trillion worth of untapped mineral ore, most of which 34% is diamonds, 13% is copper, and which other thing? And copper, hold on. It remains one of the greatest producers of diamonds, 34%, and copper, 13%. However, the Democratic Republic of Congo continues to suffer from corruption and crime. Even though they have $24 trillion worth of diamond lying under their earth in Congo, and when you dig a hole in Congo, you don't bring out shit, you bring out diamonds. Even though they had that, guess what? It's one of the poorest countries in Africa, because some greedy, wicked sons of the devil from countries outside Africa come to this place, mess up the people, mess up the economy, introduce all manner of corruption, and then gets the people poor and not benefiting from what they have. So you want to know who is shitty? It is not the countries of Africa, it's the people that come from outside Africa to mess up Africa. Our next destination is South Africa. South Africa has been the richest economy on the continent, in large part thanks to its enormous mining industry. While diamonds and gold constitute the largest portion of South Africa's initial mining interests, discovery of many other minerals allow the country to diversify into investments. South Africa is the world's largest producer of chrome. Chrome is produced in Africa. Manganese, platinum, vanadium, and vermiculite, some minerals I don't even know how to call their names. They are not produced in the US of A, they are produced in Africa. Did you hear that, Trump? And the second largest producer of limonite, palladium, rutile, and zirconium, produced in Africa. Let me tell you something. As the age of technology continues to grow bigger and bigger, and electronics and all these new things that keep coming out, the world is going to discover other minerals that are useful to technology, and guess what? They are still going to turn back to Africa to get this mineral. I don't know why God deposited all these minerals in Africa, and Donald Trump looked around and calls Africa a shithole. Well, what I'm trying to show you by this little broadcast here is that when you dig the earth in Africa, it is not shit that comes out of the hole in Africa. This is what comes out of the hole in Africa. Tanzania, though it is the fourth largest gold producer in Africa, Tanzania earns just under 3% of its gross domestic product from the mining industry. Future years may see that number grow as the mining sector expands. Tanzania has an impressive deposit of iron ore, nickel, copper, cobalt, silver, diamonds, and more. Well, let us pause and say something. I'm actually very, very frustrated with our African rulers. Our African rulers, you're sitting on all this wealth in your countries, and you will just allow your people to get poor. You just allow other people to talk to you anyhow. If only you know how to turn this wealth that God has deposited in your countries, if you know how to turn it to real wealth, all this will not be messing you up. The big one is coming. Namibia. When you come to Namibia, Namibia is blessed with a wide variety of mineral resources. It's 46% of the continent's uranium stashes, helps bring it nearly a quarter of Namibia's annual income. So Namibia has uranium. The mining industry in Namibia is on the rise, and outputs are increasing significantly each year. You know, Africa is going to turn around one day. It's not going to continue like this. Africa is going to turn around, and all of these people that call us names, all of these people that mess us up, we're going to turn around and we're going to deal with you people. There'll be a time when you'll be begging for visa to come to Africa, and we'll be doing guy for you. You see. Because our wealth is so much. Ngozi Jennifer Onoba, thank you for signing in. Our wealth is so much. Africa is so blessed. Africa is not a shithole, Donald Trump. This message is actually for you. Let's move on. Mozambique has aluminium. Zambia has copper. Guinea has bauxite and aluminium. Niger Republic. Did you know that Niger Republic has uranium? Niger Republic has uranium. Did you know that? Hey, Sabani Nebolisa, thank you for signing in. Ghana used to be called the Gold Coast. Ghana has gold. It says Ghana's export trade is significantly bolstered by its mineral riches. 37% of total exports are minerals. Ghana is Africa's second largest producer of gold after South Africa, and holds more than 15% of the continent's supply. Of the country's mineral exports, gold contributes more than 90%. Ghana has also begun exploring further when it comes to mining its bauxite, manganese, and diamond reserves, but gold remains the focus of mining in Ghana. Gold is from Ghana. Bauxite, all of these things are from Africa. Yes, Niger has gold, my brother. Thank you, Saint Club, Baba Jide. Thank you so much. All of these countries have minerals in them. But do you know the crazy thing? The crazy thing is that these countries, some of them didn't even know they had these minerals. Then people came from outside, came and discovered these minerals, turned around, used the locals for labor, and then they introduced corruption in the government. You know, use money to close their mouths and get themselves to do, even a lot of them do illegal mining. By the time they go into a country and mess it up, that country is devastated and that country doesn't become anything. Okay? Money stop nonsense. Thank you so much. Good evening, my brother. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to focus on today. We have so many things in Africa. We have potent herbs, we have roots, we have seeds, we have all kinds of things in Africa. We have wildlife in Africa. I just wanted to make this point today. I just wanted Donald Trump to know that we have not forgotten about this. We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep pointing out different things. Some other day, we're going to talk about great achievements in Africa. We're going to talk about beautiful things that are going on in Africa. But we are not stopping. We are not stopping. We're going to keep hammering on this. On a sad note, however, I want to talk about what happened in Nigeria. There was an incident that happened in Nigeria that it's not a very good thing. I'm just gonna get to where it is now, and we'll talk about it. There was okay. Esther the Bell says that's right, but we are too lazy to dig. We're not really too lazy to dig, my sister. The problem is that the way the digging is structured, that is a problem. Letting the right people do the right things, but you know something, I believe we're gonna get it one day. The only thing is that I think it's left for the young people to take over things in our country. Some of our leaders are too old. Some of our leaders are actually too old. They should be in retirement. Okay, they should be retired. They shouldn't be the ones that are running the affairs in our country right now. But they still continue to run things in our country. I think they should make way for the younger generation. I think young people have a lot of answers to our problems. They should allow the young people to run African nations, and I'm sure a lot of things will happen. Briefly, I want to talk about what happened in Nigeria. 4 Canadians actually were involved in an accident. In an incident, they were returning from. This is reported on CBC Canada. They said 2 Canadians were kidnapped on a Nigerian road, a road leading to the capital of Nigeria. They were traveling from Kaduna to Abuja. It's not a very good news because it kind of beats back on efforts that we're trying to make to improve the image of Nigeria, to get things working in Nigeria. I was actually planning a trip to Nigeria with some people from Canada, and tell you the truth, just this morning after this news broke out, a lot of them canceled. That's just to show, and this was going to be a very great trip. We're going to come and do some presentations in some places. We're still working on making that happen, but the initial team that was supposed to travel to Nigeria were Canadians. They all canceled this morning after this news broke out. So Global Affairs Canada says it's aware of the report of a kidnapping in central Nigeria that involves 2 Canadian citizens. Global Affairs told CBC News that the consular officials in Nigeria are in contact with local authorities to gather additional information to protect the privacy of the individuals concerned. Further details on the case cannot be released, said Global Affairs spokesperson John Babcock in an email. Now, the information came as Reuters reported 2 Canadians and 2 Americans in total were abducted in the state of Kaduna. Kaduna State is at the boundary of the Federal Capital Territory in Nigeria. The kidnappers killed 2 police officers in the confrontation. They were ambushed by unknown gunmen around Kagako on their way from the city of Kaduna to the capital city of Abuja. Mukhtar Aliyu, a spokesperson for the Kaduna State Police, told Reuters by phone the 2 police escorts attached to them engaged the kidnappers in a fierce gun battle, which resulted in the unfortunate death of the two police officers. So two police officers that were attached to these people, they were killed when they engaged the kidnappers in a shootout. The Abuja road has long been a hunt for kidnappers. People think that when they flushed a lot of these Boko Haram people from the forest where they were, that some of them found their way into the some of them found their way into the forest around Kaduna, and from there they sometimes come outside to operate and get involved in this kidnapping episodes. People are warned to be careful along that Abuja Kaduna road. But you know, there's been some other cases, and it is not good. It's not good for Nigeria. It's not good for Africa. There's kidnappings all over the place. There's crime all over the place. But when you see stuff like this happening, it gives impetus for people like Donald Trump to make the kind of statements they make. But hey, we didn't say America is a shithole country because of all the shootings in America. We didn't say America is a shithole because of all the mass killings and mass murders that people take AK-47 and go out in a concert and shoot people. It's not right, but that doesn't make America a shithole country. So whatever goes on in Nigeria, all these sad things that happen in Nigeria, even with all that happening, it does not give anybody the right to call Nigeria a shithole country. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll download this video and we're going to upload it on Worship Media channel on YouTube. We're also going to post a link here. Do us a favor, please, I'm begging you. If you want to keep us online, if you want to keep us doing what we're doing, we need you to go to our Worship Media channel right after this. Just click on the link that's going to be posted right now. Click on that link and subscribe. If you have not subscribed, please do me a favor. When we do this, we don't get paid. We just do it to try to bring news to people. It's a kind of public service on YouTube. Sometimes you get paid on YouTube but that's when you've made like 10,000 views on YouTube. So that's not the main thing. But we want to keep, if on YouTube, if I don't make 4,000 subscriptions by the end of this month, they're going to shut us down. So please help us. We just posted a link. Click on that link there and then make sure you subscribe. Do us a favor. Share this with your friends. Share this on your Facebook page. Share this amongst your contacts and help us grow our YouTube channel. We used to have a YouTube channel that was like 10,000, but that one is no more, so we're starting from scratch. Help us to continue doing what we're doing. And from all of us in the Worship Media Studio, Dr. Erica, myself, Dr. Chidi, this is signing out from Toronto.